everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this makeup look I have right here, which is my Sugar Skull inspired look, but it is only a half face look. My original inspiration came from this photo that I found in my sister's room of this cartoon girl, but she's got half her face Sugar Skull, half it just real pale but still dramatic. This was my original inspiration for this look, and I loved it because it's not like the normal Sugar Skull where it's got like the big circle eye. This one's got a lot more fine detail, but it was really easy to do. This look is really beautiful and I love the red lips with it, the kind of contrast between it. And I did use basic products, so products I kind of used were like face paint, eyeliner, you know, normal eyeshadow stuff, fake eyelashes. I didn't really go out my way to buy anything in particular for this tutorial. I used everything that I already had. The headpiece I have already made, and I'm pretty sure I have a blog post on it that I'll link below. And I've just got a basic lacy black dress that I'll show you that I'm wearing, and my handpiece. This is really simple if you want to do something for Halloween or dress a party, but you don't want to go out and buy heaps of stuff for your costume or anything, so you can kind of use what you've already got. So this is a very basic look, and if you'd like to see more Halloween looks, please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, if you want to know how I did this look, then stay tuned and I'll show you right now. What I'm going to do is grab a white face paint and a damp sponge, and we're going to apply this all over our whole face. So I'm just going down my neck a little bit to blend it in. You don't want to go too far, you just want to kind of fade it from your neck downwards. And I have very lightly just gone over my eyebrows. Just grabbing my NYX Jumbo Pencil in white, and I'm just going to put this over my eyelids to give us a nice base to work with. Okay, now I'm just grabbing a plain white eyeshadow, and you want to make sure it has no shimmer in it whatsoever. And we're just going to put this over the top of the face paint to give it a smoother effect. Okay, so this looks really weird close up because you can see the skin around my eyes and it makes them look red. But what we're going to do is the eyes first, and I'm going to be using the Dark Horse from the Naked palette, which is just this colour right here. I'm going to take that on our brush and I'm going to pat that all over my eyelid. Creep, which is just basically a black eyeshadow with a little tiny bit of shimmer to it. And on the outer corner of my eye, I'm going to push this inwards. I'm going to grab this pinky red colour right here, and I'm going to put it above. And now I'm just grabbing my angled brush, and I've just got a bit of black eyeshadow on that, and we're going to go underneath our eyes. Okay, and now I'm just grabbing my dark blue eyeliner. So this is in a denim blue, and I just find this one brings out the colour of my eyes a little bit more than black. And we're going to go over our waterline. Okay, so now I'm going to curl my eyelashes and add mascara on this eye here. Okay, and now on this eye I've got my demi wispy eyelashes, and I'm going to be adding one of them to the top eyelashes. also going to go ahead and I've got an eyelash that I've cut in half that I usually use for the outer parts of my top lashes, but I'm actually going to use that and apply it to my bottom lash line. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and used the eyelashes that I usually cut in half for my top lash line, and I'm using 3 along the bottom of my lash line because if you use them when they're only small, you can get a better curve, whereas if you use a big strip, it's a bit harder to position just right. And I'm just curling my top lashes and adding mascara, and I use my favourite glue of all time, which is the Duo eyelash glue. Okay, now I'm just grabbing my felt tip liner and I'm going to take it in from the inner corner of my eye and extend that out. Okay, so with the eyebrows, you want to make them look really cartoony and kind of sad. So I'm just grabbing a black eyeliner, and what I'm going to be doing is a line down the front. And we're just taking it quite thick, and then we're going to kind of go with the natural shape of our eyebrow. Now for the pattern, I'm going to be using my felt tip liner, and you want to use a very fine liner. This one is quite big, but it's easy to use and it does have a very fine tip. And so I'm going to start by doing the line down my face. So it doesn't matter if that's completely straight. You want to give it a little bit of wiggle, but you want it to be, you know, generally straight. Then I'm going to be doing one from underneath my lip. I don't want to take it all the way to my chin. Now we're just going to do like little patterns and swirls. So I'm going to start here. I've actually just changed and grabbed a thin eyeliner brush and my gel black eyeliner, and I find that's a lot easier because the felt tip liner, although it was kind of easy, it did make a lot of mistakeably large lines, but you just want to play around. This one's just a lot more finer and easier to control. Make your own little design up, and then I've gone ahead and grabbed this black shiny eyeliner, and I've also gone through the parts that are a little bit thicker, so it just kind of makes it sparkle in the light. Can you see that? Kind of sparkles a little bit. Just kind of doing the skull nose part as well, so you just kind of do a rough triangle going down to your nostril. Okay, and then around my eye, I'm kind of going to do a semicircle. So I'm going to start here. This liquid liner here, so I'm just kind of going between different eyeliners to see what's working best for me. So far I know the felt tip one gives a thicker line. If you use a fine tip brush, it'll give you a little bit of a thinner line, but I want to get a really fine line for the spiderweb effect we're going to do, so I'm using my liquid. What you want to do is just every now and again you're going to make a little line that comes down. And now we're kind of doing the web that joins them. To do the web part, that's where we've got basically the two little lines, and what we're doing is we're just kind of making an arch that goes between, and that's what gives the web effect. now what I'm going to do is in between the little webs, I'm just going to do like 2 little lines. Just remember, if you make a mistake, it's alright, you can wipe it off and just put the white back on and try again. It's really easy to fix. For my lips, I want to kind of make it like a bit of a rosebud, so I'm going to put the white back over it so we have a nice surface to work with. I'm just grabbing my bright pink lip liner. I'm just going to extend our lips a little bit and make them a little bit shorter but a lot more plumper. So now I'm grabbing my lipstick and I'm using Shiva by NYX. I'm going to fill that in. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm grabbing my liquid liner and I'm going to smile and I'm going to extend it on this side. Now through the lipstick, I'm going to go halfway through my lip and we're kind of going to go and do a curve on both sides. And we're going to do a few more as we go down. Okay, now I'm just grabbing a blue eyeliner. You want to try not to smush your lips together, and if you do, don't worry, you can fix it later once you're done. But what I'm going to be doing is going to the second one of these, starting from where my lip is. Just kind of extending it like that. So we want our line to kind of go out, so it starts small and goes out as we go that way. Okay, so if you don't have a blue eyeliner, don't worry, you can just go ahead and use a blue eyeshadow and dip your brush in water to get the same effect. And so just use what you've got. So I'm going to be using a purple eyeshadow for our next one, and so I've just dipped my brush in water, and you want to use like vibrant colours, so I'm using this bright purple there. So we're going to do the same thing on our next little tooth part. We're going to start small and go big. So then for our next one, I've got a gold eyeliner. You can use a gold eyeshadow if you like, and I'm going to do the same thing. Then over the top of them all, I've got coloured eyeliners that are glittery, and once again, if you don't have a coloured glittery eyeliner, I think these ones were $2 from Cosmetic Plus, but if you don't have a glittery eyeliner, you can go ahead and just use a glittery eyeshadow very lightly over the top. And it's just going to make it stand out a bit more and a bit more brighter. Now back on my liquid liner, at the end of the mouth, I'm going to do like a little arrow just because I thought it would add into the decorations that we've been doing. My cheekbone, all I'm doing is getting a fluffy brush with black eyeliner on it. It's going to very lightly contour our cheekbone, so. For the blush on this side, I'm just going to be taking this nice pink one right here, and I'm going to be using the light pink next to it as a highlight. And then grabbing the lighter one and putting that above it. And now for the chin, what I'm doing is grabbing my liquid liner again, and we're just going to do little patterns. So we're going to start off kind of in a triangle shape doing our pattern. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've slipped my dress on and we're going to be doing our hair. So I'm just taking it out of its bun and I'm going to give it a very light brush, but I'm not going to brush it too much because I want as much texture in it as possible. Okay, so I've just kind of parted my hair slightly off center, but I want the side part to be on this side. And I've got my headpiece, which is actually the same headpiece that I used in my Mother Nature video, apart from I added a red flower to match my lips. And I'm just gonna slide this on. So I'm just gonna grab a chunk of hair and kind of hide that under the elastic. Now I'm just going to grab my fringe and I'm going to give it a very light twist in the direction away from my face. And I'm just going to sneak it under there and bobby pin it just so it stays in place. So you don't want this covering your whole face, so you just want to pin it out so you can still see your pretty artwork. Okay, so for my outfit, I'm just wearing this really pretty black lace dress from Romwe, and so it's just basically a skirt. It's made up of layers of lace, which gives it a really nice effect. It's kind of got a little bit of a gothic effect to it, and it ties in great with this look, and it would also tie in great with other looks as well. So I just kind of used what I had for the outfit. For my hands, I just kind of have this skeleton bracelet that's also from Romwe, but I got this I think last year. It have a red stone in it, but I wanted to tie in with the flowers in my hair a bit more, so I just stuck a pinky red flower over the top instead. As for shoes, I've just got my normal black heels on. Here is the final look. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it and let me know what kind of tutorials you like to see for Halloween in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!